On Designated Survivor Season 2 Episode 2, Patrick Lloyd met his demise. After months of chasing the terrorist around the world, Hannah Wells finally got her Capitol bomber. We started the episode with the FBI tracking Lloyd's entrance into the country using ear recognition software. Ears could really be more unique than fingerprints. It seemed kind of sloppy for a mastermind like Lloyd to steal a car that could be tracked. It turns out, he was setting up his final move. I tracked this guy, for 6 months, all over Europe, with every single resource at my disposal, and I never even got close. He is so clever. Wells. Side note: when Wells and Aaron were in the command center, Mi-6 agent Damien was there also. I know it makes sense for him to be there for the scene, but for an administration that dealt with a traitorous vice president, it makes sense not to allow a foreign agent near a classified area. Viewers were introduced to the First Lady's mother this week. After Lloyd makes a stop to see his estranged son, he decides to send a message to the authorities by breaking into the home of the president's mother-in-law. The seemingly sweet grandmother kept calm while her home was ransacked by a killer, and is sure to bring a soothing presence to the Kirkman White House in the future, depending on how the writers deal with Natasha McElhone's departure from the cast. Lloyd's break-in was illogical. First, he went out of his way to make a scene, when he could have been heading to his bunker instead. Then, this trained killer made an elaborate plan to kidnap a federal agent and put her on a ship headed out of the country, but he couldn't find a grandma in a bathtub. 13 shows that wasted our time at this point. Patrick Lloyd goes from calculating to full-blown crazy. He's unhinged, but certain members of Congress want to inform the public that a lunatic is on the loose through town. Kirkman handled the Senator Feller leak more like Jack Bauer and less like his pacifist attitude last season. Kirkman continues to find his voice and flex his presidential muscle. All this is happening on the night of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Instead of toasting his guests, Kirkman spends his time in a makeshift bunker, trying to figure out how to coax Lloyd out of his hole. Having no progress with diplomatic means, the idea of using a drone seems like the best option to deal with the threat of sarin gas. When Aaron is forced to defend the use of a drone on an American citizen on American soil, you can see how nuanced and complicated a terrorist situation can be for political figures. With Hannah and Damien on site at Lloyd's bunker, I almost thought she would somehow find a secret entrance, but her brilliant plan almost gets both of them killed. Lloyd really was on his last rope, because there seems to have been no way in the bunker other than through the front door. Wells. Damien: you've been tracking Lloyd as long as I have, right? Damien: unsuccessfully, I might add. Wells: correct, that's because every time you think you have him cornered, Damien, you don't, because he always leaves himself an escape hatch.